Hi Dallas, hi Riley. Let's start from
Hi,
here.
how are you?
Tell me about yourself and how did you decide to start a network marketing business?
Well, I appreciate you having us on your show. It is truly an honor and a privilege to get a chance to meet and talk with you. And thank you everybody who is watching this. And we hope to share value on how you can succeed in network marketing. So my name is Dallas Baldry, and I've been full-time in network marketing for almost 8 years. And previously to network marketing, I went to university. I went and got a master's degree. I went to law school. I did a lot of education and spent a lot of money. And I found myself broke. And I got involved in financial services to really just try to earn money to pay off all my student debt. And I started having a lot of success and making great money. But then in the USA, in 2008, 2009, the economy collapsed.
Yes.
So that industry, financial services, was hit very hard, and I lost everything I had. I was sleeping in my car. All of my clothes were in my trunk. So it was the worst time of my life. And then I lost my car. I couldn't keep up my car payments. So where she let me sleep on her couch, I was a single father, no money, and I had to make a decision on how was I going to get out of that situation. And I'll be honest, Peter, I did not like network marketing. I was the person who said, those don't work. Those are a waste of time. I would laugh at people if they did it. But what happened is I opened my mind when I was at my rock bottom, and I decided to give it a chance. And that's how I got started in network marketing, starting from zero. And at that time, I had been living in Utah with my sister, and I met this beautiful lady while I was there.
Yes. So I'm Riley Baldry. Hello, everybody. So
Hi.
excited to be on here. And it's such an honor that you reached out to us, Peter, and invited us to join your show. So where he left off is about the time, right when we started dating. And I grew up in Utah, where it's the capital of network marketing. There are tons of network marketing companies.
Okay.
I had been around it my entire life. I had dipped my toes a little bit in it here and there, never ever really did anything with it. But right around the time I had met him, I had actually just been laid off from my job, where I had already received, success at such an early age. I had bought my son and me a house, and I was in the middle of about to go into foreclosure. So it was a very, very stressful time for both of us, where we both were down to, basically living, trying to figure out how we were going to get money, from bills to bills to bills. And what happened was we were dating, and he invited me to a convention in Vegas, except for he forgot to mention that it was a convention for a network marketing company. Okay. He said, hey, do you want to go to Vegas with me for the weekend? And I was like, yeah, let's go. Thinking we're going to go out, go have some fun. I mean, what do you think of when you think of Vegas? Not going to work. Okay. So I got there, but you know what? Little did I know that I was going to fall in love with what I heard. It was very inspirational. And that's when I was introduced to network marketing, and when he had started doing it.
Okay.
But I wasn't necessarily 100% supportive. I was really excited. I thought I wanted to do it, but you know what? We grew up completely different. Mm-hmm. He grew up with an entrepreneurial, family. All of them have their own businesses, and they're very successful. I grew up in a very blue-collar family, and all my father would say to me constantly is, go to school and find a very good job. Get a job. And so I knew that I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I never knew how. And so the first year for us was very, very rough because even though I wanted that, I didn't know how, and I was scared, and it was a lot of fights for us.
Yeah, it was definitely a rough time, but that's, it's amazing that we ended up in this industry. I would have never thought I'd be doing this, and she probably didn't either. And it's we're very blessed that our life and our bad situation led us to this industry.
Yeah, great. Dallas, really, in your opinion, what are the biggest mistakes that network marketers do?
We've made many mistakes in our career. And I think, as long as you're learning from your mistakes and you try to avoid them, then mistakes are okay to make. They're good to make. But what I feel has helped us maybe have more success than average people in the industry is not only learning from our mistakes, but learning from our mentors' mistakes. So trying to learn from great people and what they did wrong so we don't have to go through that. And that's what we teach the people we work with is, hey, we did that. That's a mistake. We don't want you to go through that mistake because we want people to have success quicker. But one thing I can say that we've made a mistake on, and it's always what I talk about to people when they're looking for the right opportunity, is we've chosen some people that we'll just say didn't align with our values or our vision. And if you don't have the right people, if you're not partnered or aligned with the right people, whether it's your sponsor, whether it's your downline, whether it's the company, then nothing else matters. The product, compensation, they don't matter if you don't have the right people. So mistakes that I know that we've made is maybe not aligning in the past with the right people. And I'm sure you have something to add to that.
Yes, so that's absolutely correct. And I support his answer on that 100%. But for me, when I'm thinking about the biggest mistake that you can make is not being consistent when you begin and giving up. And then thinking that you need to reconstruct a lot of us out of the industry and thinking that it doesn't work.
Yeah, you've heard it, Peter, where people say, well, it doesn't work, right? Where I've tried that. And she's right. I think it might be a combination, not having the right people or the right mentorship, but also giving up, not being consistent, and not having the right expectations that this is a business, this is a profession, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes. And in your opinion, when is the right moment for somebody to quit the corporation job, okay, and focus at 100% on his network marketing business? When is the right moment?
So we never advise anybody to stop working completely from their position. But a general rule for me is in any kind of business, a traditional business, the rule is you have 2 years of reserve before you go head on with anything. And the reason that is because you don't want to have to go into something new, network marketing or whatever it is, and have to be stressed about money and then have to quit to fall back on going back to work. So my answer is you make sure you at least have those reserved. But in this day and age, most people are living check to check.
Yes. So, the philosophy that we've had, because there are a lot of people who, when they join, they're so excited. They say, I want to quit my job. I can't stand my job. I want to do this full time. And I know a lot of leaders who say, great, let's do it. And they quit their job, and maybe in the beginning they make money, right away. But as a leader, people who are experienced in the industry know that you can't just have that short burst, make a lot of money, and then stop. And sometimes people do that, and then they find themselves the second, third, fourth month where they dropped off, and now they're struggling. And then it eventually can hurt their networking business and take them out. So what I like to tell people is, listen, what is great about this profession is you can start in your part-time or spare time. You don't have to quit everything you're doing already to have success. And so we focus on helping people really get started in a spare time. To me, it's about 10 hours or less, work their way up. And then when they have they don't necessarily have to replace their full-time job income, but where they have enough money to take care of what they need to, their bills, their family. So they're not struggling. Once they maintain that level for a good 3 to 4 months, then if they're ready, they can transition into it full time and then scale it up. So that's always been my philosophy, because I've seen people hurt who just quit everything, give up a great income, and then they find themselves struggling. So making sure that they have a consistent income coming in from the business that will take care of their family, their household expenses.
Okay. And really, Dallas, how do you prefer to work? Online, offline, both, and why?
Well, we use a philosophy, high tech, high touch. So the answer is both. So with being 2017, with the way that the world is evolving, it's a great time to be an entrepreneur and be in network marketing. You can connect with people on the other side of your city, the other side of your country, the other side of the world, using online and specifically social media. That's the best way. And you don't have to be an internet guru. Like, people think they have to be an internet marketer to build their business online. They don't. Mm-hmm. You don't. You just have to be you on social media. Do the same things that have always worked in network marketing: building relationships, contact, invite, follow up. And you can do that online. But what we've done is we believe in still the person-to-person connection. So we use online to meet people around the world or in other parts of the country or even in our local area. And then once we connect and build a relationship, then we go in and work with them face to face, because nothing can replace that high touch.
Yes, it's definitely about relationship building for sure.
Online or offline, either way.
Okay, understand. And can you tell us some trick to manage a network marketing team?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question. And, here's what I'll say on this. And I know she has some great things to add. She's incredible at this. But and I want to say this before, is managing is important. But what is also equally important as a leader is, as you're building a team, whether it's small, growing, large, is to not only get caught up in being the manager and managing the team, but also being the example and leading the team. Because if you get into management mode, and we've had this happen in our career, you tend to maintain where you're at, but you also tend to not grow because you're more in managing mode and managing everybody versus being the example and bringing on new people. I always say, I can't tell somebody to do something I'm not doing. So if I become a manager and I stop recruiting, then the team's probably going to say, well, you're not recruiting. Why am I going to recruiting? You're not getting customers. Why would I? So to me, that's important. But being a people business, in a relationship business, we've learned some great tips on really how to understand the different personalities within our organization.
Yes, definitely. I think the number one rule about managing is making sure you're just managing yourself and managing your time to make sure you are really prioritizing things so that you can be your most successful. In our house, our rule is you're 150%er. You're not 100%er, you're 150%er. So you make sure you're managing your own time to make sure you're achieving the greatest success that you can. But on a side note, the reason why we do this business is because we don't want a manager, right? We are doing this for ourselves. This is our own business. So it's just making sure that you're leading by example, and that's really what's going to create the most success out of your team and all of your leaders, and not telling them what to do, but showing them what you do. And I think that's really the best way to, if you want to use the word management, on how to manage your own time and manage your own business.
And then one other tip that I would suggest is, understanding the different types of personalities, because if you're building a team, you're going to have different personalities. And when you start to understand them, and there's different ways out there, there's the colors, the red, yellow,
yes.
There's and whatever, but understanding that and learning, talking to a red in that example, you're probably going to communicate better than talking the same way to a green personality. So that is some advice we give you, is go understand, go learn the different personalities, and you can relate better to those people, and the communication, they'll understand it better, and it'll be more effective. So that's something that she's done incredibly well, especially.
Okay. Thank you. And what was your worst entrepreneurial moment in your network marketing career?
The worst moment?
Yeah.
Well, I think it goes back for me, and she may have something different. I think, honestly, the worst moment goes back to what I told you was the mistake. Is we aligned with some people that weren't, on the same vision, didn't have the same values. And it ended up hurting us. It ended up hurting our business tremendously, where we literally had to start over. We lost 2.5 years of our business and our work. And I don't say lost because, we learned a lot. We did make a good amount, very good amount of money. We developed great relationships that we still have. But I believe that I'm so big on people first, align with the right people, because that's what caused the biggest obstacle we've ever faced in our business. But I have a saying, Peter, and it's, successful people use obstacles as motivation. Average people use them as excuses. So while this was the biggest mistake or the biggest obstacle we ever faced, we realized that we need to learn from it and use it as even more motivation to do bigger and greater things than we've ever done. And that's what we've done. So that, I know, is at the top, having the wrong people as the partnership.
Yes, definitely. One of the things that you want to make sure when partnering up with somebody is that you do have the same values, because birds of a feather flock together, right? So you are guilty by association or not guilty by association. Either way, you want to make sure that those people that you're aligning with are going to be with your same values, so that you know that you're going to bed at night, doing and living up to whatever your standards are.
Yep.
And what is your personal habit that contribute to your success?
For me, I would have to say it's equally two things: being consistent and not giving up, not letting anything stop us. So going back to that, that quote that I say, any obstacle, no matter how successful you are in network marketing, whether you're earning €100 or €1 million, you're going to have challenges and obstacles. So the best way to overcome those is every challenge that comes your way, every problem that comes your way, you embrace it. You look for that as a reason on a challenge, one, to overcome it, but also as motivation to do better for you, your business, your team, and being consistent with that. Because if you just do it 1 or 2 times, it's not going to work. every day you have to be consistent, and every challenge you just keep going and going and going.
So that's actually my role, and he stole it from me. No, that's why we work so great together. We're always on the same page. Consistency is number one key, and it's just not giving up and knowing it really takes a really strong person, but not just a strong person, making sure that you have the right leadership, mentors, or partnership, so that when you're having a down day, they're there to pull you up and help you get through it, because you're going to have bad days. The most important part is never giving up and just keep going, because you're not going to see results immediately. Now, there are some people that might, but that's not always the case. And for us, it was not the case. And we're just so blessed that we did not give up. And I should say him, because he was the one who was in 150%. And I was on the lower level, way lower level, and then finally decided to join him, and we have achieved so much success together. But it's just making sure that you have that right partnership, not giving up, and having the consistency.
Okay, thank you. And what was your biggest aha moment in this business?
That's a great question. You know, I would have to say it was when I decided, and this was in the beginning, to learn from people who had already had the success that we wanted to achieve. You know, when I got started, because I got started a little bit before her, I had success in a previous industry. And so I thought that I could do it better maybe, or a different way than my mentors or my leaders. And it was when really, you know, together we said, you know what, we need to learn what they're doing. And not just learn it, but apply it, because they've already done it. And it does not mean we can't put our own personality on it, but is when we really followed those who were having success and put it into action, was the biggest aha moment that I know that I've had, especially in the early stages of my career.
Mm-hmm.
So mine is different from his. Mine is actually, my biggest aha moment is realizing how important your mental state of mind is.
Sure.
And that really is what controls everything, because I truly believe, and I teach my children, that anything you want in this life, you can do it. So it's really believing, having that self-belief, and knowing that even though you're going to have those down days, as long as you have the right state of mind, you get refocused, you get, reamped, and you move forward, you get through, you knock out those problems, and you keep moving forward. Your mental state of mind is really what controls everything.
Yeah. Okay. Very true.
What tools do you use that makes the business simple and duplicable?
So, talking about how the industry, or really the world, not even just the industry, has evolved so recent. The business, and I know you've seen it, and many of the leaders watching, if you've been in network marketing for even a few years, you've seen how it's evolved with the world. So online convenience, Uber, we were in Italy last summer with our whole family, and we were using Uber in Italy. When I was there years before, Uber didn't exist anywhere. Now all over the world, people watch on Netflix. They use technology. They always have their phones everywhere they go. So what we've developed is a mobile phone app, because we believe that not everybody carries around their computer, but everybody has their phone everywhere in the world, and they all have iPhones or Android. So we wanted to develop something where anybody who has a phone can manage and build their business. We were doing an event in Malaysia last year, and they asked for a picture of our office. And we gave them a picture of a phone with our app on it and the world, because we believe that now and moving forward, you must be mobile and global. So for our team, our organization, we've developed an app called HD, High Definition, Bob, and Bob stands for your book of business. And our team's able to share presentations, recruit, sell product, follow up, track their entire business, also get all the training. Yeah. And the sponsor can also help their member move forward because they can see everything that their member's doing. So it's a technology we've been working on for quite some time. We've had a lot of success with it, and it's truly helped us build a global business and brand. And then using not just the app, but also, social media, like we talked about, and working those two together.
Yes, definitely. So when I think of this, what comes to mind is a lot of people get very intimidated when they don't have the right tools. And the reason why is because if you go to a meeting and you see somebody speaking, the first thing that they think is, I can't do this. Yeah. I can't get up in front of a room and speak. So really what this has done is it's created something for them to never talk to anybody if they don't want to, and really utilize tools that we're providing so that they can have that and still do business all around the world. Because you know what, something is incredibly surprising is you can go into very, very poor areas, villages in, different countries. One that comes to mind is Papua New Guinea. You can go there and they live in basically like teepee style huts, right? They don't have laptops, but you know what they all have? A cell phone. Mm-hmm. So this enables people from, anywhere that have no opportunity to really give them the opportunity to do business and make money all over the world.
Okay. And if you could recommend some books for our readers, what would they be?
The book that I love right now, well, I love a few of them. It's hard to say that I love just one because there's so many and we're always trying to educate ourselves and that. But the one that I love is 10X. It's by Grant Cardone. It really teaches you how to go above and beyond, to think outside of the box, to not let yourself fall into the regular, everyone around you, and to be able to achieve success. Because you know what, it really takes a different kind of person to be an entrepreneur. You have to be open. So it teaches you to how to step your game up and how to really get your goals up.
Yeah, that book is incredibly powerful. And I'm not sure if it's been translated into, Italian or some of the other European languages, but that book changed our business. And we were at a level when we listened to it, I listened to the books, where we were already considered very high up in the profession and in our company. But we had felt that we plateaued somewhat. We were making a great amount of money. We were at the top, high rank in the company. Most people would say, hey, that's good enough. But we felt that our goals had been maybe lowered a little bit, or more, more realistic, which what people would say. But that book, and I've listened to it now probably 25 times. Maybe I could even teach it, but that changes everything from your mind state to your action. And when we applied that, and she listened to it separately for the first time, and we just said, wow, this is powerful. We applied it, and within a couple months, we broke the record in our company for all of North America and broke through that plateau, and we've now helped our team. So that to me is a great one. There's some other classics like Think and Grow Rich. I always tell people it is a must. It's an older book, but all of the millionaires that I've ever met or talked to have all read that one. So that's a great one. And then also anything with, for leadership development, anything with John C. Maxwell. John Maxwell, you can pick any of his books, and it will really help you with that personal growth to become a great leader in network marketing and really in anywhere. So 10X, Think and Grow Rich, and anything by John Maxwell is what I would say.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Dallas, really, how network marketing changed your life?
Well, that's a very, very big question. So how it's changed our life is it has opened us up to an amazing opportunity. And I am able to stay home and spend time with my children, while it's unfortunate that a lot of mothers actually have to go to work because that's the way it is. The cost of living is so high that the mother and father usually both have to work. And it's really enabled me to be home with my kids and all different countries with us, and really exposing them to different cultures. It's been like a dream come true for me.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, we could do a whole interview on this, but I'll keep it very simple. You know, we're very blessed and fortunate. And, you know, the biggest thing for us is our family. And our family is our life. We have 6 children from ages 2 to 19 years old. And the younger ones are 3 younger ones that have grown up in this industry with us, the 6, 5, and 2-year-old. They know nothing else. And I'm able to go to the doctor's appointments with them since they're babies, pick them up from school, go to all their soccer and baseball and sporting events. As she mentioned, travel the world. We take them with us on business. Last summer, we went around the world for 2 months with our entire family. We started off in Italy. We were there for 2 weeks, and all through Asia, Australia, and we were doing business. We were teaching them. So they're learning how to be entrepreneurs, how to do all the skills necessary in life that I believe are more powerful than school, and also have their parents around. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, you travel a lot. And even when I travel, you know, I was in Asia 12 times last year. I do travel a lot, but I might travel 1 week out of the entire month, but the rest of that time, we're with our children 24/7. They're in the house right now. We're able to do work and talk to people in other parts of the world. So to me, it's a profession we're so grateful for. I believe that everybody, no matter what your dreams and goals are in life, you should be a part of it, because it's going to be that vehicle that can help get you there, from the people you'll meet to the time freedom it'll give you, the money it can create to fund your dreams and goals, and then the education and knowledge. So it's been great for us. We consider ourselves ambassadors to the network marketing profession. And, you know, it's interesting because we were both people who were against the industry in the beginning.
Yes, definitely. And I just want to add one more thing to that. The other thing that I feel is even more amazing is being able to teach other people to do the same thing. Yes. And then watching them grow and watching them achieve success. It's amazing to see that.
You know, there's not many businesses, Peter, where you can teach people everything you know, help them avoid mistakes, and you're rewarded for it. You know, normally in businesses, if the competitors don't want to share the knowledge. Yes. Here, you're rewarded for helping others and teaching them everything you know. And so that's the greatest reward that the industry is given us as far as doing, you know, the business.
Yes, great. What are your contact information?
The best way to contact us, you know, there's so many different ways now with WhatsApp and WeChat, but I would say Facebook and Instagram would be the two most worldwide to connect with us. And you can find me on just my name, facebook.com, Dallas Baldry, and Riley's under her name. I don't think there's any other Riley Baldry's. And then actually, on this beautiful.
Mine is The HD Wife.
Okay, I will insert the link below the blog post when we publish your interview.
And then mine is Dallas, just at Dallas Baldry. And you can find us anywhere. Snapchat, same thing. And I'm sure Peter will have the links.
Or by email. And my email is thehdcouple@gmail.com.
Yep. So whatever your preferred way of contacting us, we have it all. And that's the great thing on your phone. You know, the world is a different place and it makes it easier to connect. We'd love to hear from anybody, no matter where you're at in the world. If there's anything or any advice that we could ever help you with, we're here.
Great. Thank you a lot for sharing your experience, Riley and Dallas. See you soon.
Thank you so much, Peter. We really appreciate everything.
Thank you so much, and we look forward to meeting you when we get out to Europe here soon.
Yes. Bye.
Thank you. Ciao.